All right. We'll call up the young man. All right. This is yourself.
Young man,
Brian Howard.
I'm Howard,
Brian Yasharala.
I'm Yasrala.
Young man. Brian Howard. Brian Yasharala. Right. You're going to soar, face east. Everybody on margin. Upon your hop with them, squeeze the face east, soar. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemai. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakaka. Baba'a. Hayah. Aisha. Barakazah. Bawa. Hayah. Bashamai. Adon. Lanawa. Akam. Kal. Yawam. What's a lot now? The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day daily bread. Forgive us our debts. Forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Be it. Come on.
Power. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. The thunder now.
All right, we said the prayer for the power. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. Against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Barak Lanah. Barak. Rapah. Magan. Israel. Shem Yahweh Shah.
Bless Israel in English. What we just said was Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Bless us. In Israel. In the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayana. Al-Taharim. Mahayan. Yabah. Azari. Yahweh. Aisha. Samayan. Baratazar. Ayatan. Amawat. Regal. Al-Yanawam. Shamar. Banah. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Wayashun. Shalomar. Yasharah. Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Tizal. Yah. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Ashama. La'ah. Yadak. Wayara. Bala Ya'al. Yahweh. Yashmar. Yashmar. Yahweh. Yashmar. Kaza Ata. Baba. Waka. Aita. Ba'ai. I will love.
In the Hebrew, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim. Aldama Yalaka. Barak. Sahar. Shafat. Sayahana. Our
Yahweh.
Power. Why about why about what? About what? Why about what? Why the what? Why the what? The what a God. The what a God. Some God.
Some God.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The Father.
The Father.
Alawam.
Alawam. Christ. All right. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy silence.
Hold my power.
Hold my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
Hold my power.
Hold my power.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumble.
Thy enemies make a trouble.
And they that hate thee
And they that
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty
against thy people
against thy people.
and consulted against
And insulted against
thy hidden one.
thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Yahshua
May
may be no more remembered.
be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
for one consent.
They have confederate against thee
They are confederate against
the tabernacles of Edom
the tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
the Baal
the Baal
and Ammon,
and the Ammon,
the Amalek,
and
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also was joined with them.
Asher also was going with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah,
Selah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Syria,
to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
the brook of Kishon,
as to the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became the dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their goals like a red.
like Sahel. Yea, all the princes of the Baal,
All the princes and Sahara,
and that's Samuna,
and there's the
who
moon
said,
who said,
take to ourselves
to ourselves,
the house of Yahweh
the house of Yahweh,
in possession.
and possess
Hold my power.
all our power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the summer before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
Fire sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
So persecute
So
them.
persecute them.
So persecute
So
them.
persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy sword.
With thy sword.
Fill their faces with shame. And seek thy name. O Yahweh.
Oh,
Let them be confounded.
let them be converted.
Trouble forever.
And trouble forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
That men may know
That you may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Right, right. Shavia, which means to be seated. Right. All right, shalom, Israel. How y'all doing? What? How y'all doing? We need to pass off the sisters in me? I don't know. We can either put it back there or put it out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too high, let us know. If y'all too cold, let us know. Yeah, you can do that. All right. Oh, we're gonna go to the Leviticus, the 23rd chapter in the Hebrew. We're gonna do 7 verses at a time. We're gonna get to the Leviticus 23rd chapter. I know we had a few feast days in the past couple of months, so you also know the routine that we're gonna go through. But it's important that we keep these high holy days and do what was commanded of our people by the Most High given to Moses or Mashah in the Hebrew. All right? Let's go ahead.
Book of Leviticus chapter 23 in the Hebrew. Why the bar, Yahweh, Mashah, La'amar, the bar, all, Danyam, the war Allah, Wa'amar, Barak, Al-Hum, Yahweh,
Put up the max though.
Asherah, Takwarwa, Atham,
Yes.
Makwa, Raya, Kodash, Al-Haham, our idea, Shetah, Vayum, Parashah, Mala'atah, Rabba Yawam, our Vayaya, Shabbat, Yay, Makwara, Kodash, Tal, Allah, Ka, La'ah, the Aishwa, Rabah, Hawa'a, Laya, Hawa, the cow, Mawa Shabbat, Yaquam, verse 4. Allah, Mawa idea, Yahweh, Makwa Batya, Kodash, Asherah, Takwa, Rawa, Aton, Bama, Idem, Bama, Wa Idem, Bakwat, Bakwasha, Ara, Yashim, Wum, Ba'ara, Ayash, Asherah, Lakwadash, Bayam, Baryu, Pasak, La Yahawa, Wabaka, Wabaka, Rasha, Asherah, Yawam, Lakwadash, Azah, Kad, Ama, Tazawat, Akazama, Ama Tazawat, the Hawa, Laya Hawa, Shabbat, Yawomyam, Matazawa, Ta'akawa, verse 7. Bahayam, Hara'as, Yun, Makodah, Kodash, Yahweh, Makam, Tal, Malakat, Ibadah, La'ah, La'ashwa.
We're going to read it in the English and just, these are traditions that we have in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We read it in the Hebrew and we translate it into the English. And we just getting back to our culture, getting back to who we are supposed to be as Israelites. Before we do that, give me Psalms 8 and 2 real quick. Give me Psalms 8 and 2 real quick. Over there in the video.
Psalm 82?
8 and 2.
8 and 2.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 8 and verse 2.
Right.
Out of the mouth of babes.
Out of the what?
The mouth of babes.
Keep going.
And sucklings.
Right.
Hast thou ordained strength.
Right. Hast thou done what?
Ordained strength.
Like that's how we are in Israelite school. Like we're coming out like young babes, like something like children. You understand? That's why when you come into the truth, we call you a young man, because you are becoming a new person and you're starting over. You're being born again in Christ, right? And so we are like young men or young babes coming in, and we're speaking the ancient Lashawan Kodash that we have had taken away from us by our oppressors, man. We had to go into these records. The brothers in the Israelite school had to go out and find out the Lashawan Kodash, and they said we was crazy for speaking. And then they went out and had the people at Harvard and Yale say that, yeah, ancient Hebrew was spoken this way. It didn't have any vowels. And the Yiddish or that false version of Hebrew that they speak in Israel today is not the true biblical Hebrew, right? So this is what we're doing. Keep going. Like, ordained strength.
Ordained strength.
Right.
Because of thine enemy.
Because of who?
Thine enemy.
Keep going.
That thou mightest still the enemy and avenger.
Exactly. And that's why we're going to steal these goddamn devils and heathens that come against the Lord's chosen people. That's right. We rise at night. We coming up like young men, but we coming out strong. And the Lord's going to avenge our enemies because of our sincerity in serving him. All right? Let's go back to Leviticus in 23. Right,
Leviticus 23 and 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Yahweh, which he shall proclaim to be holy convocation. Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Shabbat of rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings.
Right. And so this is the holy convocation of the Sabbath that we keep every week. We do something just like this. This is the Sabbath service that we're having right now. We do this every week on Saturday, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. We go through the Hebrew, we go into English, we read 7 scriptures, 7 times, 49 scriptures, and then we do the prayers and all of that, right? And that is something that was ordained by the Most High for the children of Israel, to always keep him in remembrance and always to give him a day, because people will always try to work us until we have nothing in us, right? You know what I'm saying? And so that's our time to give to the Lord. And if we're in priests, we give our time, we work in the days that we're not supposed to, like our king did. All right, keep going, Salah.
These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover.
Right, this is like the beginning of our year, the Passover.
our biggest celebration where we all come together. It's a glorious event. This year we're going to be in Atlanta. Lord allow, we get to see all y'all brothers and sisters there dwelling in unity. Be a glorious event as it always has been. All right? Go ahead.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Right.
In the first day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein.
Right. All right. And so as we go out through today, we're going to slowly get to these precepts and we'll go in and break down the Feast of Tabernacles that we're closing out today and why it's important to the children of Israel and why we keep these high holy days. Because coming up in America, we don't hear anything about these holy days, right? The Christians will sit there and justify why you need to have Christmas. They'll justify why you need to keep Easter. They'll justify why you need to keep Thanksgiving, your birthday, Halloween, every other goddamn high holy day or holiday to them, a holiday, right, in the right way, except the ones of the Bible. And why is that? Why is that, Malukan? Go ahead.
That's take away our culture.
That's part of it. That's definitely part of it. Yurok, I see you raise your hand. Yurok, go ahead. Why is it okay to celebrate every holiday except the holidays of the Bible? You can never go wrong with that. That's always the right answer. If you don't know any answer, that's a default answer to UBK. Right? Law, statutes, and commandments, and the white man is the devil. You'll never go wrong with that. But anybody else want to take a shot at it? Another job? Like, why is it okay for you to celebrate all the high or the holidays in America except the ones in the Bible? Go ahead.
You got they will see okay. I mean, no power is serving your God. They should not serve your God. They win.
Right. Yeah, that's it right there. And it shows you that the Christian church is the house of Satan because it is in their law to not teach the laws of God. Like if you ever really pay attention to it, the Christian church is so against the laws of God because a house divided cannot stand. If they teach you to serve the Lord, then they're going against their mission statement. Right. Their mission statement is to get you to serve Satan. So how can they tell you to serve the laws of God and keep the high holy days? You got to keep everything else except the high holy days. They all know in the Christian church now, like 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago before the internet, you didn't have it. You had an excuse down here. Like no one ever heard of what is it? Who was Christmas for? Nimrod and all these who's Easter for? Ishtar. Nobody heard of that. You got Google right now. You got your Google machine. You can look up Ishtar and say this is where Easter comes from. You can look up Nimrod. You can see where Christmas comes from. You can look up Halloween and see that it comes from the solstice and all this. These are pagan holidays, but your Christian pastor is still going to promote it for you to follow it and tell you you don't have to do this. But we're the crazy ones. We're the ones that are in the cult. All right? Go ahead. Is anything on that one? So let's call the next person. We're going to go to the next segment. So let's go with Mawar Khan. All right? Present yourself.
Trooper Mawar Salaki, sir. Yaba Shimei Shabrakta. Trooper Mawar Khan, Banya Howard Banya Sharala.
Trooper Mawar Khan, Banya Howard Banya Sharala.
Yaba Shimei Shabrakta.
See, there's another sword right there.
Yes, go.
This is Leviticus chapter 23, verse 8 in the Hebrew. وَيَقْرَبْهُمْ Awad, Father, Asha, Layawad, Shaba'ai, Yawamyam, Bayawam, Hashabayaya, Makorah, Hodash, Kal, Malakah, Ibadah, La'ah, Ta'aisha, Salakia, Ta'aishwa. Verse 9. Wayadabar, Yahweh Allah, Salakia, Yahweh Allah, Masha, La'amar. Verse 10. Dabar, Al, Banyam, Salakia, Yasharala, Wa'amartha, Alham, Kaya, Baba Iwa, Al, Ha'rataza, Asherah, Anya, Latan, Lakam, Yakwa Tazartham, Quataza Yabra, Wahaba Afam, verse 10, Imar, Ra'ashat Ya, Quataza Yarkam, Al, Hakahan, verse 11, Wahana Ya, Wahana Ya, Ha'imar, Lapanya, Yahweh, La Ratazat Nakam, Mamakara, Hashaba, Yana Yapankwa, Salaki, Hakahan, verse 12, Wa Aish Yatham, Baya Wash, Hana Yapkam, Ha'imar, Kabash, Samayam, Ban, Shanafwa, La Isla, La Yahweh. Verse 13. Wamanakatwa, Shanya, Aisha Ramyan, Salah, Bala Salaki, Balawala, Basharman, Asha, Layahawa, Rayaka, Salaki, Rayak, Nayakaka, Wanasaka, Yayan, Rabayai, Hahayan, verse 14. Walakam, Wakalya, Wakaramal La'a Ta'akal Yetwa. I Tazam. Tazam. I Tazam. Hayawam. Hazar. I. Habaya Akam. Ah. Waraban. Allah Yakam. Kakwa. I will alone. Lada Roth Yakam. Bakal. Masha Bob Yakam.
So Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruit of your harvest unto the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when he waved the sheaf, and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. Verse 13. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2 camp deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of a hin. Verse 14. Ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, till the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
Right? All right. Call the next priest, or it's like next trooper. Spot. Situation.
Trooper, I work a lot.
Trooper, I work a lot. How would I find that spot?
I am sure.
Trooper, I work a lot. How would I find that spot?
I never had that sure.
Come on up. All right, we're going to do the book of Leviticus chapter 23. We'll go to verse 15 here. Wasaparath lakam mamata wata hashabah mayawam habayah saki habayaakum imor hafana wapa shabai shabathwat Tamayamah Taha Yayana, verse 16. I Mama Kahra Hashabah Yai, the Saparwa Kamashim Yawam Wahakwa Ra Batham Manaka Kadash La Yahaya La Yahawah, verse 17. Mama wa Shabbat Taba Yahwa Lakam Tana wa Pa Shatayim Shanya Aisha Rainayim Salah Baha Yagana, Kamara, Kamataza, Da'apa Yanaha, Bakawa Rayam, La Yahweh, verse 18, Wahakora Bathum, I lakam, Shabbai, Kabashim, Kamaya, Ma, Banya, Shana, Rapar, Khan, Bakwar, Akkad, Waya, Wa'al Shanyam, Yahaya, Wa, Alha, La Yahawa, Wa Manakatum, Warna, Saparia, Yam, Asha, Wayaka, Na, Ka, La Yahweh, verse 19, Aishara, Sha'ayim, Izayam, Akkad, La Tatath, Washamya, Kabashim, Manya, Shana, La Zabak, Shalamyam, verse 20, Wahana, Ya, Hakahan, Thumb, Ow, Lakam, Haba, Quara, Yo, Danawapa, La Panya, Yahaya, Yahweh, Ow, Shanya, Kabashim, Wadash, Yahawa, La Yahawa, La Ka, La Kahan, verse 21, Wakarathim, Ba'ai, Tazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Makwara, Wadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Kau, Malakah, Ibadah, La'ah, Aishawa, Karath, Iwalam, Bakol, Mawashabaf Yakum, La Darath Yakum. Right?
And ye shall count into you. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 15 days. 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. They shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor. unto the Lord. They shall sacrifice one kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offering. And the priest shall wave them with the bread and the first fruits for wave offering before the Lord. With 2 lambs they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest.
Right. So these are the sacrifices that the priests were ordained to do in these times. These were things that were like a foreshadowing to come, right? Because we know the Lord doesn't delight in the sacrifice of bulls and lambs. He delights in the sacrifice of a contrite heart. What does that mean? Who knows what that means to have a contrite heart? Go ahead. La. What does the Lord delight in? Not delight in the evil part. Try it. Go ahead. You got it up?
Sir, would that be pure heart?
Look, somebody look up the word contrite. Double time real quick. What does the word contrite mean? In the Catholic Church, they have this something called the acts of contrition. All right, who got it? CONTRITE.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Caused by or showing sincere remorse.
Right. That's what the Lord wants to see. A contrite heart, somebody that's apologetic, that's remorse. Like we see this every day in America, being in captivity with your oppressor. He'll go and kill a Sandra Bland. He will kill a Trayvon Martin. They sold the gun and put it up for auction and made thousands of dollars with the gun that they killed Trayvon Martin with. These people are not apologetic in your pain and suffering. That's the spirit that you get in America being oppressed. Why do you think they have music called drill music, where brothers rap and brag about killing other brothers? Because they don't feel apologetic. They did a whole interview. Who was the cat? He killed Pop Smoke. He did an interview on there. He said, I feel bad, but I'm not sorry. Like he can't allow himself to be apologetic, because for him to be apologetic would mean he has to change. What means what he did was wrong. What means that he took another brother's life and he knew he shouldn't have. This is what the Lord wants from us. He didn't want us to give away all these bulls and go through the motions of doing the sacrifice, is what the Israelites did. They said we can just do wrong and sacrifice and get back to doing it. It's like cats that get out of jail every year. When they in jail, they, Lord, I ain't gonna do none of this no more. I ain't worried about no frauds. I ain't gonna sell no dope. I ain't gonna do nothing wrong. As soon as they get out, they right back to doing it. Because they figured, okay, when I'm in a jam, I need the Lord, I'm gonna ask for help. But when it's good, I'm gonna forget about all that and go back to it. Christ didn't die for us to get back and do the same things. He died so that we can have one last sacrifice so we can change our lives, man. All right. All right, anything else on that? You got anything you talking about? Any brothers out there want to say something? Sisters? All right. All right, let's have the next reader. Who we got? Tasabai. What's Tasabai? All right, nothing. Swap. All right. Let's get Nafasa.
Like Nazat Yahweh Ban Yashala.
Nafasa. Go. Right now, we're going to read the rest of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. We're going to read it in the Hebrew first, and we're going to go into the English. All right? Yeah. I think I'm 22.
Leviticus, the 23rd chapter in the Hebrew. Rabbi Quatazar, come, Quatazar Yorah, Quatazar Quatazar Yor, Arah, Tazakam, La'ah, Takala, Ma'ah, Shadka, Baquatazar, Ka, Walaquat, Quatazar Slaki, Quatazar Yara, Quatazar La'ah, Walaquat, La'anya, Walagar, the Isaac, Athom, Anya, Yahweh, Allah Yahah, Allahah, Allahaya, Allahaya. Verse 23. Why the bar Yahweh al Mashallah Amor. Verse 24. The bar al Manayah Yasha Allah, Alamor, Bakadash, Bashabadia, Ba'akad, Laka, Bakadash, Yaya, Lakam, Wabak one, Zakar one, Tarawa, Slaki, Tarawai, Slaki. Oh yeah, Tarawai, Tarawai, Kadash, Tal, Malaka, Ibada, Laha, Wakoraba, Wakorabakum, Ashad, La Yahweh, verse 26. By the bar Yahweh, Mashallah, Amor, verse 27. Aisha, Lakadash, Hashabah, Ya'ayah, Hazah, Yawam, Hakah, Hakabat, Hakaboria, Hawa'ah, Makawa'ah, Quadash, Yaya, Lakam, Wa'ain Yatum, Wa'ain Yatum, Napashat Yakum, Wahak Slakia, Wahak Korab Yatum, Ashad, La Yahweh, verse 28. Wakal, Mala'at, Mala'at, La'at, the Aisha, the I, the I Tadam, Bayawam, Azat, Kaya, Yawam, Kaparia, Kawa'a, Lakapar, Al Yakum, Lapanya, Yahweh, Alahayim, Alahayakum.
Right. Read the English.
In the English,
Book of Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22.
Mhm.
And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest.
Right. That's a very important one right there. This one always is one of my favorite precepts when it talks about that. What does it say one more time?
Verse 22. And when you reap the harvest of your land,
Right.
thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of the harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor.
Lead them to who?
The poor.
Lead them to who?
The poor.
This is the spirit of the Israelites. We cared about our people. We cared about our nation. We weren't like Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, all these rappers. They come out, they make millions and billions of dollars, and they take advantage of the poor. You glorify these men, and we've been telling you that they are not men of the Lord, and you think that what they call high value men, right? But they really are low value men because they have no morals and standards. And they did nothing but rob, steal, and take advantage of their people in order to get to the top. Israelites, when we have a harvest, when you getting ready to eat, you got to take care of the poor. You got to give back to your community and make sure that your people that are not eating are eating. All right? So this is a very important precept. This is a commandment from the Lord to make sure everybody is straight, whether they have it or not. Keep going. Go ahead.
and if I could too, it said don't let's say clean the corners of your field.
Right.
Like the homeless is supposed to go by and see that you got a field with pomegranates, with nuts, with raisins, whatever it is you growing, and they supposed to be able to just grab whatever it is that they want to eat, so they won't have to ask somebody for that. So they won't have to be on the corner with a sign like, I need some food, I'm hungry. They supposed to be able to get this for free, and then that's the best diet. Because you only can grow stuff that's healthy for you. That's the best diet you can be on. You understand? It's like,
Right. Keep going.
Find out one God. And to the stranger.
Right.
I am the Lord your God.
Right. We seen the video with General Hyman this week. He out there seeing the heathen, a Moabite, out there picking food on the ground. He like showed him some kindness, even to his own detriment. He might have got poison ivy on his hands. But like when heathens come amongst our camp and we giving out food, we helping out the poor, we'll give them a plate. We'll give them some food. We'll give them some water. Like they call us a hate group and a bunch of evil brothers and sisters because we want to serve the Lord and put our people first. Right. But nobody says that you evil for putting your children first. If your children are hungry, you go out and feed the neighbor's kids, CPS gonna get called on you. Something is wrong with you. Why are we wrong for putting our people, our nation first, man? Right. But at the same time, we have a righteous spirit that we're not going to do these other nations the way they did us. This is why we should be in charge. You see it all the times in different videos on YouTube. It'll be a situation going on. It'll be a brother that come out of nowhere and try to stop the situation. Put himself in the middle to stop a fight, to pull these people apart, to tell these cats over here to knock it off. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if we was in our right mind and our right spirit, we would be the ones really going out and putting justice in throughout the whole planet Earth. We are such a glorious people. We the salt of the earth. People do whatever we do. Right. This is why they need us in order to make billions of dollars. Because if you say Adidas is popping, Adidas is popping. Kanye West said it before that, Adidas was trash. They put it in his hands, they got billions of dollars, they back on top. It don't matter what we touch, it turns into gold, whether it's good or it's bad. If it's popping Molly, the whole world gonna pop Molly. If it's selling dope, the whole world gonna sell dope like black people and Hispanic people. If it's riding low riders, it don't matter what it is we do. If it's twerking, the sisters got all the whole world. Miley Cyrus, every white girl want to twerk, they ain't got nothing to twerk. They just out here doing whatever we do. You understand? Now imagine if we was living righteous. The whole world would say, you know what? This is a wise and understanding nation of people. Right? These people are better than us. Not only do they have more flavor than us, not only can they shoot basketball better than us, They do inventions better than us, but they treat people with kindness and respect better than us. Go down there. Go ahead, out. Go ahead, Pastor Paul.
Go ahead, Pastor Paul.
Go ahead, out.
No, I was just saying what you just said. Like to end war and everything, everything that has to do with violence and fighting, we got to be the ones that's peaceful.
Right.
They follow and do whatever we do, just like you said, sir. So the key to them, if blacks and Hispanics really want like world peace, then they gonna be the example because everybody follows us.
Right. Brother Ed.
Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also, in the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is the day of atonement, to make an atonement for your to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Right. And this is our year. You've been in the school. This is going through our year. We started at the Passover. Every week we keep the Sabbath. You went down through the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You come on down to the Day of Atonement, etc., etc. All these different days. This is what we live in. And I always think about when I tell people, like on the slavery or meet people in the world, you're like, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate birthdays. They like, what the first thing they think? Well, you Jehovah's Witness, right? No, I'm not Jehovah's Witness. You know what I'm saying? Muslim. There's the two things they don't think you are: a Muslim or Jehovah's Witness, because you don't celebrate certain holidays. But the difference, Jehovah's Witness don't celebrate anything. Israelites, we celebrate all year long.
Right.
We party together, we fast together, we come together, our children, our families, sisters, eat, drink, have a good time all of the time. You understand? Like more than the heathens in the world. Like we got more high holidays throughout the year. We always celebrate. This was our culture. Right. Especially I know our Latino brothers and sisters, man. Y'all get it in every week. It's for no reason. Brothers are the same way. You like the same way. It doesn't have to be a reason why we're gonna celebrate. That's our culture. Right. It's coming together, dwelling in unity, man. And so this is a glorious thing. You think you go into a Jehovah's Witness and you serving the Lord, you can't do nothing all year. But that's not your culture, man. All right. Anything else? That was it for 28. All right, let's go to 29 in the Hebrew. Come on, Ma, you want to go ahead? We'll just go back and forth. Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29. Wakal. Hawapash. Asherah. Asha. Kal. Malakah. Kazam. Ayawam. Hazah. Waha. Abad. I. Anapas. Ahawa. Makwada. Amawa. Kab. Malaka. La'a. The Aikwa. Kakwa. Agalum. Lada Rock Yakat. Come. Bakal. My Shabbat Yakum. Shabbat. Wabat Yum. Awa'ah. Lakam. Why un Yatum. Ah. Napashat Yawam. Bakashat Sha'ai. Bakashat Ayah. Lakodash. Ba'abar. Ma'arab. Ibad. Lashadafwa. Shabakam. Wayadabar. Yahweh. Al. Mashah. La'amar. Dabar. Al. Banyam. Yasharala. La'amar. Bakwa. Mashah. Ashawar. Asharah. Yawam. Lakwadash. Ashaba. Yaya. Azab. Ta. Kasakya. Yawamyam. La'ahawa. Bayawam. Abakash. Yan. Makodah. Kodash. Kal. Malakwa. Ibadah. Ba'ah. Ashwa. Shaba'ai. Wayam. Yawam Yum. The Kwa. Ya. The Kwa. Yabwa. Yabwa. Bakwa. Yawa. Aisha. Laya. Awa. Bayawan. After my Yum. Makodah. Kodah. Yahweh. Bakam. Wahakwar. Rabton. Aisha. Laya. Awa. Akazara. Awa'ah. Kal. Alakwa. Abadah. The Ashra. 35.
You pass it. Most High in Christ, Spirit was on you. English?
Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verse 23, Slakia. Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in the same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
All right, so a quick breakdown. That's the Day of Atonement, which we have where we fast from sundown to sundown. No food, no water. These are the people that are strong in Israel that can do it. Pregnant women that are nursing, brothers that have ailments, sisters that have ailments, need medication. Y'all don't have to fast. The strong in Israel, we will fast for you, right? But this is something that we do. So we don't just come together to eat and drink. We also come together to suffer as well. Right. Whatever we do as a nation, we're going to do it together. Like that's how your parents raised you in the black community. If you and your brothers going out, y'all fighting together. Y'all have some food, you only got one sandwich, you split it, both of y'all gonna eat. 3 of y'all gonna eat, or none of y'all gonna eat. That's how we are. That's brotherhood. Right. That's sisterhood. That's what the Bible enforces, man. And that's what we have here in the UPK, man. That's what we were taught in this school, is to have brotherhood and sisterhood. If you don't have something, you need help, let a brother know, let a sister know. The Christian church, you go and you ask them for help, they say, oh, the Lord, you better pray unto the Lord and ask him to help you, sister, pay your rent. But you done been giving this bastard tithes for 10 years straight. If you come into the UPK and you can't make your rent, we are going to help you pay your rent. If you need, your children need something, we're going to help your children get whatever it is needed. Because that's what the Lord commanded us. Right? We have to take care of each other. And what do you learn in America? You learn how to be selfish. You learn how to be greedy. You learn how to, how I want to say this, like, you almost learn, it's got to be the opposite of brotherhood. Like, you have to take care of yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. I got it. Almost when we brag, like half of the rap songs is talking about F a broke niggas. Like rappers is talking about F these brothers, talking about F these broke niggas. The women talking about this is Scrub, the new song, what they call it, Brokey. Like you bragging that another black person is suffering to feel good about yourself. No other nation does that. Name me another nation that does that. Do you see Chinese people bragging about poor Chinese people? Or do they do anything to make sure their people are straight? East Indians don't brag about poor East Indians. They do anything to hell and high water to make sure East Indians are straight. The Italian mafia came over here and killed everybody, sell all the heroin, do all the crime, do all the extortion, so there ain't no poor Italians. The oppressor came to America and got rid of 70 million Native Americans so that his children won't suffer and starve. But we are the only nation of people that brag about our people being poor. What kind of sense does that make, man? That's not brotherhood, man. That's not what we're supposed to be. But we don't know that because our culture was taken away. We're not mad at the sisters for making songs like that. We're not mad at the brothers for making songs like that. We're going to charge our oppressor for these people making songs like that, man. They the one taught you to hate yourself. So like, go ahead, I know you got something on the side. Right? You come with mine? Speak on it.
Concert. What we learn in the Christian church is all about the individual. Right? They say they love Christ. They don't want to do what Christ said. They say they believe in the Bible. They don't want to do what the Bible says. Right? It's all about you and how the Most High is going to bless you. You never ever think about your people, your nation of people. Right? In this society, we just been bred. We've been born. We've been homeborn slaves to only think about ourselves and our immediate family. God forbid you think about your brother in New York. God forbid you think about your brother in Texas and what they're going through, right? They could give it lip service, right? And they could even come together and do something, right? But it's all for the matter of showing what they've done, right? When we do something that the scripture says, our arms are supposed to be done in private, right? Not so, because not to say that what you did for this person just to brag of what you did, you know, and that's in Matthew chapter 6, right? About your arms being done in private. So that's all I got on that.
Most High Christ, Most High Christ. Let's keep going.
Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in the same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout all your generations and all your dwellings.
I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I know I go on a long tangent and everything, but you know, I just love seeing brothers and sisters in here and seeing the children playing and being safe, because this is what they say is impossible. That's another thing you're gonna hear all the time in the black community. Black people can't never get along. Latino people can never get along. we are never going to be able to fix these problems. I was watching this dude, I think his name is Ben Shapiro. He's some racist Jewish dude. And he was talking about how there shouldn't be any affirmative action because there's something wrong with the culture. The reason why Black people and Hispanic people are poor is not because of oppression, it's because our culture. He said the Koreans, they're going to spend time teaching their kids to go to school. Latino people, they're not going to do that. Black people, they're not going to do that. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know, it's sad to say it, but he was right. Like, the reason why is, a part of it is, of course, the oppression. But a big reason of why our people are at the bottom of everything is because of our culture. And they don't want to tell you that because they know once you find the right culture, then you can fix all of our problems. Then we won't have to be at the bottom of everything. And so this is what we're doing. We're replacing that culture. We're going through the motions of all this, but this is very important because we're showing our people another way to live. They said this was impossible for us to have families, for us to get along, for us to dwell together in unity without shooting each other, without fighting each other. When your uncles and your aunties get together on Thanksgiving, they're about to get drunk and start fighting in the backyard. This is not what we're about to do tonight. We're about to, after this, we're about to play some music, we're about to eat some food, we're about to chop it up with each other, and we're going to have a good time, man. That's how we're supposed to be, and it's not impossible. They make it seem like it's impossible for Black people and Latinos and Native Americans to improve our lives. When in reality, the thing that we're missing is the culture. All right? Go ahead, Slide.
Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. For even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles.
What?
The Feast of Tabernacles.
Go ahead.
For 7 days unto the Lord.
Right.
Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right. That's what we celebrate tonight. We're closing out the Feast of Tabernacles. We're going to read the Hebrew a little bit more, go into the English, and we're going to break down the Feast of Tabernacles. We'll close out the Sabbath service tonight. But we'll see why we're here, that we're not just going through the motions, that this is an important time, and there's a reason in everything that we are doing in maintaining our culture. All right? Let's go into Hebrew. So, how far did you go, Kakamama? I think you said you went past a little bit, right? Yeah. 37. So, I'll start at verse 37. But then you'll start English from 36 again. I'm reading Hebrew. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 37. All right. Allah, Mawa'idya, Yahweh, Ashar, Takorahwa, Atam, Makoraya, Kodash, Lahakoraya, Ashar, La Yahweh, Al, Wamanaka, Zabak, Wanasapaya, Tabor, Yawam, Bayawama, Bayawamawa. Verse 38, Malakah, Shabbatha, Yahweh, Wamalakah, Matanawa'ah Yakam, Wamalabad, Call, Nadar Yakam, Wamalabah, Call, Nadabawa, the Yakam, Ashor, Tatanawa, La Yahweh, verse 39. What is that? Ah, Bata Mashah, Aishor, Yawam, La Kadash, Ashabaya Aya, Ba'asah, Bakam, Ah, the Ba'al, the Ba'wa'ah, Ha'arataza, Bakagawa, Ah, Kagah, Yahweh, Ba'aisha, Yum Yum, Bayawam, Ala Ashwan, Shabbat one, Wabayawam, Hashemayanaya, Shabbat Yawan. Verse 40, Lakwakatum, Lakum, Bayawam, Hara'ah, Wa, sorry, Hara'ashwan, Bayaya, Haitazah, Haidar, Kapak, Ma, sorry, Famo, Rayam, Wa I, Na, Haitazah, Haibach, Wa Arabaya, Nakol, Wa Shabbat Kadam. Slide here. Slide, y'all keep it down. Slide, y'all. Slide here. Keep it down. Keep it down. I know the kids is too wild, but if you an adult, keep it down. Slide. Wa Kadam. Atawa. Kaga. La Yahweh. Shabbat. Yum Yum. Vashana. Kwa. I Walam. La Darath Yukam. Bakwadash, Hashabah Ya'aya, the Kagawa, the Wa, verse 42, Basaka, Bashabawa, Shaba'ai, Yum Yum, Call, Hawazar, Hazarak, Ba Yasharala, Yashabawa, Basaka, verse 43. Lama eyes, sorry, Lama Ayan, Yada Iowa, Darat Yakam, Kaya, Basa Kawa, Hawa Shabafia, Banya, Yasharala, Ba'a, Wat Tazaya Aya, our thumb, Ma Arakaza, Matazorian, and Ya. Yahweh, Allah Hayakum, right? I might as well read verse 34. Waya the bar, Masha, Ath, Ma'aija, Yahweh, Albania, Yasharal. Right? What? Start at verse 36.
Book of Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, a drink offering, everything upon his day, besides the Sabbath of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides your vows, and besides your free will offerings, which ye shall give unto the Lord. Verse 39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep feasts unto the Lord 7 days. On the 1st day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the 1st day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of fig trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever. In your generation, ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
Right. Most High in Christ. So this is what we're in. We're in the Feast of Tabernacles and the Feast of Booths, where it was told to the children of Israel to remember the times when we were walking around in the wilderness. Right? Nowadays, we are still in captivity. We don't have to go out and dwell in booths and dwell in tents while we're in the midst of our captivity, barely surviving in America, brothers and sisters living in tents 24/7, 365. We can take you up the street, right up McDonald, and show you people living in tents. We can take you right in East Oakland, underneath the bridge, or West Oakland, on MLK, people living in tents. On so many different streets, we can't even name all the different streets of Oakland, in San Francisco, and the Tenderloins, where Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are living in tents all year.
Right.
This tradition was supposed to be us living in our kingdom, remembering the times when we were suffering and in poverty. You don't have to remember those times because you're living in them right now. Right? Right now, the Feast of Tabernacles is also about when we were in the wilderness. Moses was taught to build the tabernacle to be an example of what the temple would be. So we're gonna go into that real quick. If anybody else want to add on to the Feast of Booths real quick, guys?
Yeah, no, if I could, sorry, sir. Like, who know what the feast? What is a booth? Anybody know what a booth is? Take a shot at it. The Lord said He wants us to dwell in booths for 7 days. What do you think a booth is? Go ahead. Say it again. No, not quite. It is something, but it's not in the earth. A booth, just for time say, a booth would be like a stable that you put your horse in. You know how you put your horse in a little stall? That would be considered like a booth. And the Lord wanted us to dwell in booths to humble ourselves before the Lord, so we can remember, like the Psalm said, to remember that we was in Egypt and we was in the wilderness. You know what I mean? He wanted us to dwell in booths for 7 days to remember basically where we came from. You understand? Like, and look, like he said, now we don't got to dwell in booths because we got a 10 cities all over America, no matter where you go. But we were supposed to dwell in booths to humble ourselves, to be like in the cities. Like right now, we go through so much hypertension and so much stress and anxiety just being in America and just going through the things that we're going through in America. This is supposed to be our time to separate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Get off your phone. You know what I mean? Well, not at work, so I can't say don't go to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you're supposed to remember how the Lord brought you out of Egypt and how you had to suffer. You understand? Like right now, you got rappers like Kanye West. You got everybody that knows the Israelites. And they not even partaking in booths right now. But you go look at the Jewish community. Oh, they celebrate this right now like it's their culture. You understand? And I know we going over the Hebrew right now, right? I know for a lot of y'all who never been through the Hebrew class, never sat through the verses, it's probably time consuming. It might be an inconvenience, but it's so important for us to take our culture back and remember that this is exactly what Nehemiah did. I know you're probably jumping to it, but it's exactly what Nehemiah did. They had to go through the records to remember, like, damn, it's October. You know what I'm saying? It's the 24th. What are we supposed to be doing right now? And they went into the law and they see, damn, we're supposed to be celebrating Tabernacles right now. Right. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. We go into the law and we read it in the English, we read it in the Hebrew, and we like, damn, this is what we're supposed to be doing right now. But a lot of our brothers and sisters, they don't know that. It's like, I want to jump into it. No sense.
It's not Christ. And that it's a few more things. I'm gonna go through a couple precepts real quick and just go into the Feast of Tabernacles. Bear with me, y'all. You know what I mean? Feel free, y'all. I'll give you the cut me off to say slight, so we gotta end this. You know what I mean? But when his brother was bringing up the Islam and the Muslims, like to me, when I was in the world, when you would hear them speaking the Arabic, they just seem so righteous to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's not the Christian church. They doing something different. They seem sincere. They what they be saying? Salam. They start be saying they little, you know, I don't know what the words they be saying, but it makes you seem like, okay, they have some type of culture about themselves. Them same cats that sit there and pray 5 times a day, get on the carpet, will get up on that carpet and go buy a key of dope and sell it to you. Right. You understand? The same cats that'll sit there and say all this Arabic and seem so righteous will go out and kill another black man because they owe him for that key of dope he just bought. Like when you come into the truth, you find out it is a spirit to see blacks and Hispanics speaking another language that makes you feel like this is special, this is something different. You know what I'm saying? Like this is glorious. But we get to do that, and we're not gonna do the things that they do. We're not gonna go out and kill another black man after we come together and have it's not an appearance of righteousness. That's not what we're trying to do, appear righteous. We are actually becoming righteous. This is not just for like I said, for vain glory, man. This is us trying to get back to something different because the culture we was given is self-destructive. You're gonna go and rob somebody to make sure you have Christmas gifts for your children. You're gonna do a scam. Sisters is going into the strip club to make sure their kids got Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. You're gonna do a sin in order to do something right, man. The Lord don't give a damn about none of that. We can be sitting here and we got 2 pieces of chicken or we got a lot of chicken for everybody to eat. The fact that we come together and dwell together, that's the glory. So I got a few things. How do we get up into the wilderness though? Give me Numbers chapter 13, verse 1. I got a lot of words. I'm gonna let y'all go. I mean, I ain't gonna go past 2 for sure. Yeah. Let me get Numbers chapter 13, verse 1 and 2. Do y'all know how we ended up in the wilderness? How we ended up there, Mocha? Right. But why did we have to stay in the wilderness?
So like I said, we had to pretty much kill off all of the culture that we gained in Egypt so that we could move on and regain the culture that the Lord gave us.
That's a part of it. Kuranyala, why do we have to go into the wilderness? Why did we get stuck in the wilderness? Why did we get stuck?
We got stuck because we were coming.
That's part of it, but it's a specific event. Anybody else know? Go ahead.
We created the bull, the bow.
Lie. You're right. You wanted to give it a shot real quick? Or we're gonna keep going. You're up. You say you want to give it a shot, go ahead. Yeah, that's part of it. That's almost part of it. But let's go to the specific story. All right. Yep.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send out men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give it to the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them.
Right. So the Lord told Moses to send the children of Israel to go to the land of Canaan, which is supposed to be the promised land, the land of milk and honey, our kingdom of heaven on earth, right? Let's see. Drop down to verse 17.
Okay. Verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Get ye up this way southward, and go up into the mountain.
Verse 18.
Verse 18. And see the land, what it is, and the people that dwell therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many.
Right. So Moses sent out these 12 spies. These brothers supposed to go out, scout the land, see who they are, and so we can get prepared to go in and take over this land. Drop down to verse 30.
Verse 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said,
Hold on. So let's see. Hold on. It's a part where, let me see. Yeah, when they gave the report. Yeah, go to verse 28.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. Verse 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it.
Right. So Caleb had a righteous spirit. He said, Man, we're going to go up in here and take over these heathens. I don't give a damn who's over there. All right, keep going.
Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Right, that's the spirit of a slave. That's what was wrong with us coming out of Egypt. That's how it is when black people try to stand up today. Somebody gonna come and tell you, ain't no way you're gonna be able to defeat America. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to come up against the white man in America.
Right.
There's no reason even to do anything. Like, we was fighting, they had Nat Turner back in the days. You had the Haitian brothers that rose up. You had all these different people that had all these different revolts throughout history. You get all the way up to the Black Panthers in the 60s, in the 70s, here in the Bay Area. You see COINTEL come through, CIA, they put dope, drugs, guns, all this to destroy the black community, especially the brothers here in the Bay Area, in Oakland, Richmond, San Francisco, Vallejo, Northern California, Sacramento, Fresno, LA. Strong brothers coming up. By the time we get to the 80s and 90s, Cass was like, man, it's nothing we can do. Don't even try to fight back. You know what? I'm just going to sell this dope. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to go out here and pimp these women. I'm going to get this money. I'm going to focus on me. I'm not going to do none of this revolutionary fighting back garbage because we cannot defeat these people. That's the spirit that these slaves had. They said we can't do nothing against them in this land. But they said it was an evil thing that they spoke, right? Keep going.
Like it, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
You know, it's crazy because we went to a so-called New Black Panthers meeting this past week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had different speakers talking about the history of the Black Panthers, and it got to the point where everything that you said that the black community was attacked with was a black. It's like the Black Panthers was affected by it. One is that heathens into their group, right? All the way to the point where the Panthers told their brothers to take off their leather jackets, to take off their tams, to take off their combat boots, right? Take all the manliness and military out of the black man, right? Well, today, the last bastion of help for the so-called Black, Latino, First Nation man, woman, and child is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We will never take off our boots.
That's right. That's right. And that, go ahead.
And if I could, like you look at the story, right? These brothers, they said they were supposed to go give a report to Caleb about the people of that land and whether or not we was able to overcome them. Caleb was so much of a soldier, he didn't give a damn what their report was. He was like, the Lord said we're supposed to take our land back, and we about to do that. And these brothers are so soft and scary and just weak.
Right.
And what you gotta understand, like being weak, it's comfortability in being weak sometimes.
That's right.
Like a lot of times, a lot of people always try to seek comfortability because you don't have to put up a fight. You're strong there. But you gotta understand, like you cannot have peace without having war. Right. You cannot have peace without going to war. You gotta be strong. You gotta be a soldier. And if you're not willing to do that, then guess what your enemy is? You know what I mean? They talk about what was they called when they took over Europe? The Crusaders, like the oppressor, they love to talk about how their history when they was Alexander the Great, when they was Crusaders, when they conquered the earth. What's his name that conquered America? Christopher Columbus. They love to talk about when they was strong, but you cannot conquer, you cannot have peace being somebody that beat a tambourine and sing and dance or gonna be happy all the time. Right. You can't seek that. You understand? Because if you do, you will be conquered by your enemy. Right. And that's why Caleb was so mad at these brothers. These brothers, they said, but we can't do it. And if I could too, that's why you gotta be careful of what type of report you give too. You better be careful. You understand? Don't give no report like this that's gonna scare the people and ultimately convince them to serve another God. Right. You understand? Because that's like go ahead, sir.
That's right. Get up on the head. That is what's so important right here. Like read the part where it says they gave an evil report in verse 32.
Come, verse 32.
Right.
And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
Right, so they was in fear. That's what made it evil. The Lord said you're going to be able to make it through and conquer these people. You went and got fearful and said we can't do it.
Right.
That made it an evil report, right? And so that's why we saying now we fast forward to where we at. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We don't need to go up in a head of warfare with our oppressor here in America. What we need to do is go to war with ourselves. That's what we do right here. We fight in the UPK because the real battlefront is killing the oppression in your mind. That's going to cause you to smoke weed. That's going to cause you to commit adultery. That's going to cause you to sell drugs because you think that's what you need to do to survive. That's going to cause you to speak evil against your brothers and sisters. That's what you need to fight. That's where you need to go to war. Don't let the fear of this world make you weak and get afraid from doing what the Lord told you to do. Keep going.
And there we saw the giant and the son of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight.
This is what you sound like talking about vote for Kamala Harris. This is what you sound like talking about I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. This is what you sound like every 4 years. In order to fix your community, you got to put someone in charge of you that hates your people. Right. It's coming out every year. Now, black people that left the Democratic Party and going to the Republican Party because they just seen the Democratic Party is not doing nothing for our people. And that's the right spirit to have. Like, okay, he keep giving us promise every 4 years. It's the same result. Now they want to try Donald Trump, who we know is a racist and hates our people. Right. But you want to try anything other than serving the Lord and changing your life and fixing your people. Google the statistics on Asian people in voting. Asian people do not vote at all, but they got the highest amount of education. They own the most property. They own the most businesses, and they don't do any voting because they know where their power comes from is taking care of each other. We can fix our community without voting, but we so fearful of everything that they have, we think we got to go along with them in order to be better. Read verse 14. We're going to keep going. This is how we ended up in the wilderness.
Anak. Chapter 14.
Yeah, verse 1.
Chapter 14, verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
They were scared. They started crying. Keep going.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said to them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in the wilderness?
Like they see this. Moses had led them out of captivity, and they said, we're going to start talking against him. This is how it feels when we go to camp. We tell black people and Hispanic people, we got the cure to all your problems. We're not making this up. Somebody else give me Deuteronomy 4 and 6 real quick. Baba Kashab, you hold where you at, though. Let another brother get that. Like, we are out here bold saying the ISUPK is the only home of the truth. We have the cure to fix all of the problems in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. That's a bold claim to say. Kamala Harris ain't gonna say that. She ain't even gonna say she's gonna do anything for the Black community to the last minute where they put her in a box. She's like, I gotta say something. I'm gonna give cryptocurrency and weed. That's what she's gonna do for Black men. Cryptocurrency and weed is the only thing she offering to us. We coming out here saying we can fix all the young Black men. How much money did they give to Kamala Harris right now? Somebody else Google that. How much has Kamala Harris raised in 2024? Baba Kashab, you know the answer already? Go ahead. Okay, it's more than that. It's more than that. Quran Yah, you rock about one of y'all, but you got it. You looking up Quran Yah? How much money did Kamala Harris raise this year for her campaign? And then you got what I want to do, Deuteronomy? So go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Right.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation.
Right. The Lord said to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. This is your wisdom in the sight of the nations. America cannot fix syphilis. They cannot fix HIV/AIDS. They cannot fix gonorrhea. All these STDs The UPK, we got the cure for that right now. It's called sex is marriage.
Right.
If you lay with a woman, if you raise your children up and you teach them that if you lay with this person, you have to stay with this person. This person ain't never slept with nobody. That's their wife. They get, if the man chooses to get another wife, that's his choice. He gets another wife. She never laid with nobody. There's no room for gonorrhea. There's no room for HIV. There's no room for any STDs because you are following the culture of the Israelites.
Right.
But you don't go to Kamala Harris, she's gonna say we need to raise some money to fight HIVs and look for a cure for AIDS. When you tell people stop being a homosexual, you're gonna end HIV/AIDS. Go ahead, who got the answer?
If I may, sir, the Senator Kamala Harris made a little bit over $1.5 billion.
How much?
$1.5 billion.
You gave $1.5 billion to Kamala Harris. Half of the other black community gave another $300 million to Donald Trump, and your community is still jammed up. You go to East Oakland, it looks like trash. You go to Richmond, it looks like trash. You go to Chicago, they're killing each other. You go to the barrio, East Los Angeles, they kill each other. It's a horrible community to live in. But you giving $1.5 billion to her when they should have gave that to Commander Giuliani. Right. Commander Giuliani would have went out and raised up more strong black men. Right. Would have raised up more strong sisters, man. Would have showed them a way to live. But we keep giving our money to people that hate us and are going to use the money to destroy us. Right. Salakia. You have something to watch? You know, say something.
Oh no, I was gonna say exactly what you said. She raised.
Okay, you found it. Yeah. Salakia. All right, go ahead to the next verse. Right. No matter of fact, finish it. Do right.
We shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
The brothers in the UPK and the troop is a wise and understanding people. Right? We got to cure the end selling drugs. I didn't want nobody, don't raise your hand if you sell drugs. But brothers used to sell drugs. Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand if you ever then had to take somebody's life, man. That's a serious matter. Brothers have done that in the UPK and changed their life, man. Sisters have changed their life coming into the truth because of the laws of the Bible. This is the answer right here. I always love saying that when Kanye, you ain't got the answers, Slade. Right. Like that broad does not have the answers. But your mom and your auntie are gonna go into that polling booth and spend their whole day, waste their day voting for somebody that does not have the answers to fix the community. But she is the one that's going to take all of the money out of our community because it's just another form of Christianity. Right. And that's why we charge the Christian pastor, because he's telling you to go vote. You go to church and they have you sign up to vote. They take you in a bus to go vote. They got something called Souls to the Polls. This is facts. Look it up. They will take you in a bus to go vote for your oppression. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but they got something in the pimp game. It's called let them choose. It's not by choice, it's by force. A good pimp is going to let a prostitute choose who she's going to become a prostitute for. That's what America is doing. You get to choose who is going to pimp you out. You want Donald Trump? Come on, you get to beg for your own oppression. That's what they taught you to do. Keep going up.
Verse 7.
But what? Go ahead, go back to the numbers. Slide. Whoever's in numbers.
Oh God. Numbers chapter 14, verse 3.
Right.
And wherefore hath the Lord brought us into the land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey. Were it not better for us to return to Egypt?
They were begging and plotting against Moses to go back into slavery. Because it was harder to do the work to build your own kingdom, because this ain't easy. Like I said, following the Lord, statutes, and commandments, it's not burdensome, but to fight yourself and go against your flesh is going to be hard initially because you're so used to doing the things that you was taught in the world. But once you get that ball rolling and you get around the brothers and sisters, you get strong. This is not a grievous thing to do to keep the laws of God. It is not a grievous thing to be righteous, man. You find it's more grievous to break the laws of God. Because everybody want to take the easy way out. You want to do this in order to pay your rent, and you end up in jail for the next 10 years. You could have just went and got a job. Right? It's not that hard. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And they said to one another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt.
God damn, these brothers had a demon on them.
First figures like this.
They said, let us make a captain. Who ready to take us back into slavery? Let us anoint TD Jakes. Let us find Klepto Dollar. Let us find whoever is a black man or woman trying to tell you to go vote in this place. Go ahead.
And if I could, that's why the scriptures say, live not a beggar's life. Like we've been taught and we've been brought up to beg the people that oppress us so much, we don't even know how to survive without them. Like what God been trying to give so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians since we left Egypt, what, 4,000 years ago? He been trying to give us independence. Like Passover coming up in April, that's our Independence Day. That's when we got independence. But when you a slave and money is your God and serving the oppressor is your God, you can't see that. You understand? And that's what a lot of folk Israelites, and that's what a lot of Christian pastors, Muslim imam have in common. They want Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians to serve them. That's why Christ had to die. That's why Christ had to die. They said, man, if we leave Christ alone, all the people gonna believe on him.
Right.
He gotta die. Because we don't want our position to get took. And that's why your Christian pastor and all these religious people teach you a lie. Because they actively able to benefit from it. You understand? Salaki.
Damn right. Damn right. Let's keep going.
Oh,
Yeah. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Right. They seeing our people begging to go back. It hurt their spirit, man. They like, we gonna fall on our faces and cry out to the Lord to see these people love being a slave so much that they want to fight to go back into Egypt where they was getting forced to build up this other people's nation. That's the spirit of a priest and prophet of the Lord. When we see our people fighting us to go back into doing whatever America wants us to do, man. We showing you a way out, but you have been so brainwashed that you fight the people that's really trying to help you. That's crazy to us. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Matter of fact, no, drop down to verse 8. We're gonna go a little bit more.
Come, verse 8. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into the land and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Verse 9. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us.
They food for us. That's what they say in New York. When they say you got a victim or a victim, they call them food. Like, this is Bible. That's how you know this is a black book. He said, hey, bread for us. We're going to eat off of them. It's nothing for us. The Lord's on our side. We ain't worried about nobody. Keep going.
Oh, God. Defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, man. It's always fear. That's what's going to happen. The devil is going to try to put fear in you to stop you from changing your life. Your mind going to tell you, why are you over there? You in the cold now. What they teach over there? They teach that God don't love everybody. They teach that God only loves black people. Oh, you tripping. You can't celebrate Christmas no more? Something wrong with you. They're going to put fear in you to be different from everyone else, to force you to live like everyone else, and then everyone else complain about everyone else. Like, damn, we jammed up. America messed up. Black people can't do nothing. But when you try to change and do something different, they're going to make you come back to do everything like everybody else, man. Because what is it? Hurt people hurt people. Right? They don't want to see you change your life and do something better than them, because then it puts a light on them like, damn, what am I doing? I don't want to change. I got to keep getting hot. So I'm going to make you feel bad for not getting hot. I got to keep doing this that's wrong. So I got to make you feel like it's good to do wrong with me. Because if I see you doing something better, I want to pull you back down with me to do the same thing I'm doing so I can feel good about myself. Keep going.
Okay. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right. This is the Feast of Tabernacles. The glory of the Lord came in the tabernacle, man. He led the children of Israel. It was smoke and fire above the tabernacle, man. He was showing them, like, this is where I'm at. This is who I'm with. These are the men of the Lord. Moses, Aaron, Caleb. These are the priests and prophets you should follow. The people got stones. Today, they would have grabbed the straps. They would have grabbed the blick. Like, oh, yeah, the brothers in the UPK, they talking about stop celebrating Christmas. Damn all that. They telling us not to vote. We're about to kill these cats, man. That's what happened to Abba Bivens. You come out and tell them to stop following the Muslims and stop following Iraq. And the brothers killed Abba Bivens for doing that, man. That's the spirit that we've had. We've always had. Keep going.
Verse 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? Mm-hmm. And how long will it be, Slucky, and how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I have shown among them?
Right. Now, who's waiting for a sign in 2024? If you gone and looked at the Passover, we showing you the signs right here. These are the signs, man. Seeing these brothers and sisters change in their lives. These are the miracles that you see. But the people don't want to believe that this is a miracle right before their eyes. So they're going to go back and ask the Mother here to fix that problem. Let's see. Let's drop down to verse. Let's go to verse 29. Baba Bashar.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 29. Your carcass.
Hold on. So hold on. Let me go a little bit more real quick, and we'll close out on this one. So the Lord said, let's just keep going down a little bit. We're going to go through this real quick. We have verse 12.
Yeah, verse 12.
Yeah.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 12. I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them. Disinherit them. Mm-hmm. And will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they.
So the Lord is angry at the children of Israel. He said, you know what? I'm going to kill them off with a pestilence and then raise up a nation of Mosaites, and we ain't going to deal with the children of Israel no more, and y'all going to be greater than them. He got to that point. I'm done with these things. Keep going.
Oh God. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them. Verse 14. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land, for they have heard that thou Lord, art among the people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day in a pillar of cloud and in a pillar of fire by night.
Right,
verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nation which hath heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because of the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness.
Man, Moses had absolute brotherhood for children of Israel. He see that these cats did not care about the Lord, did not care about Moses, and the Lord was ready to destroy them, but he said, have mercy upon them, man. Give them another shot, give them another chance, because if you do this to them people, these heathens going to have something to speak up against us. This is the same prayer that we have here in the UPK, man. Fix Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I don't care if they come up against us. I don't care if they cooning out. Give us another chance so that these devils can't say that this is not the truth, man. You understand? Have mercy upon the people in Oakland. Have mercy upon the people in Compton. Have mercy upon the people in Harlem, in Florida, in the barrios, in El Salvador, in Guatemala, man. In Brazil, right, in the favelas, man, have mercy upon them, so that that they can't say that the Lord isn't with Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Keep going on.
Oh God. Verse 16. Yep. Verse 16. Because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore to them, therefore hath he slain them in the wilderness.
Right.
Verse 17. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long suffering, of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clarifying the guilty,
Right.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
Right. The Lord is long suffering. He has mercy. He has compassion. But he's not going to forget. He's not just going to let it slide if you're going to continue and living in this way. These iniquity and sin that we live in can come on to the third and fourth generation. So don't take the Lord's kindness for weakness, man. Don't take the spirit of brotherhood that the UPK has for weakness either, man. Because we not only having brotherhood, how I want to say this in the right way, man. Like, we having brotherhood until Christ's return. I'm gonna say it like that, like we care about our people, but at some point in time, you're gonna have to make a decision on what you want to do. After that, there's nothing else we can do for you. We coming out, we crying aloud, we telling you, change your life. Come about and hurt my people. Stop living in sin. Stop doing these things. And you're gonna have to make that decision for yourself. And after that, Lord be with you. You understand? But the Lord is having mercy. This is that time. This is the time to repent. This is the time to change. This is what Christ died for, to give you another chance and another opportunity, man, to get it right. Don't take it for granted. Like Tabawan always said out in LA, man, don't let your last sin be your last sin. Salaki. Say it one more time. Don't let your last sin be your last sin. You could have just not done it. You might think you got one more time to do this, one more time, the Lord take you out for planet Earth. Because you playing with him like it's a game, like that's Christianity. That's why we speak against Christians so much. Because they made it so fun and fashionable to sin. Like you playing double dutch with the Lord. Like you going back and forth of doing right and doing wrong. And doing right and doing wrong. Like you step up. What's the precept saying? Like you trample on Christ's sacrifice. Like the brother came here and said, you know what? You should have been put to death. You should have put to death. You should have been everybody. That's what he's saying. All of us should have been, everybody in, you know what I'm saying? Moses, all the Israelites were going to get killed off. He's like, you know what? These Egyptians is worse than y'all. These white people is worse than y'all. Out of all the things y'all have done, y'all is not as bad as the white men. Right. So you know what? I'm going to give y'all another shot. Because I really want to come back and destroy them. Right. Until that time, get it right. You don't get it right, you effing with them suckers, you're going to be ducking with them suckers. You choose the white man in his ways, then you're going to have to die with the white man in his ways, man. That's not what we wanted. That's not what we prayed for. We wanted you to change your life, man. That's what we wanted for you, but the choice is yours. What are you going to do with this information? Go ahead, up.
Hello, God. Yeah, right. And if I could, man, you gotta be incredibly stupid, You gotta be incredibly stupid to think that these devils is not behind you not knowing who you is. Right. You gotta be incredibly stupid to think that they're not responsible for you losing your entire culture and forgetting and discontinue from your heritage and forgetting who you was. You gotta be dumb. You gotta be, and if I could slap, you gotta be dumb to think that they not, like they don't want you on drugs, or they don't want you to be a whore, or they don't want you to hate your brother. You gotta be incredibly stupid to think that's not what they want. Oh, that's definitely what they want. That's definitely what they want. You understand? Like the brother read earlier, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. The Lord said he gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. He didn't give us religion. You understand? He didn't give us their culture. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And it's so important for us to come in here and rehearse these righteous acts and to remember what our forefathers celebrated. Right. You understand? To remember what we did to take a part of our culture. Because if you don't, that's what you're doing. You have to know their culture. Right. You pushing their culture. Like right now, America down on the verge of World War III, and guess what Black and Hispanics going to be doing a week from now, 2 weeks from now? They getting ready for Halloween, and the world on the brink of World War III. Right. And they going to be celebrating Halloween, getting passing out candy. You understand? Trying to get the best Halloween costume. And Iran and Israel, they're getting bombed right now as we speak. Come on, man. You gotta be an idiot if they're not responsible for it, man. So like,
Damn right, damn right. Let's drop down to verse 29. We're gonna close it out like this.
okay. Verse 29. Your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me.
Right.
Verse 30. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swore to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of how you pronounce this? Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. 31. But your little ones, which ye said shall be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. Verse 32. But as for you, your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your your whoredoms, until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness.
Right. So he's saying all these people, y'all have such a slave mentality. Anybody that was 20 and older gonna have to go around in this wilderness for 40 years until they die off before y'all go into the promised land, because you bringing this slave mentality into the Holy Land. You understand? And that's what we have to do. This is the time to kill our old self off. We supposed to remember the Feast of Tabernacles because they was wandering in the wilderness, living in booths, following this tabernacle as they moved around in the wilderness for 40 years. We ended up there because we feared our oppressor more than we feared the Lord. Right? This is the time for us to change that and fear the Lord more than we fear him. And that's how we get free. That's how we get up out of here. That's how we get into the kingdom of heaven. So I don't care if my mom gonna tell me why am I not celebrating Christmas or why am I not having a birthday with the kids, man. I don't fear her more than I fear the Lord, right? I don't fear my homeboys that's that's gonna laugh because I don't smoke weed no more, man. Right. I don't fear none of that, man. I fear the Lord, man. I fear what the brothers and sisters think about me coming into the truth, man. That is more important to me, man. Serving the Lord is more important than what anybody else is saying. And if you're able to do that, that's how we get the kingdom. That's how we're going to get out of this captivity. And that's how we ended up in there again, lost in the wilderness, because they said we'd rather go back to these flesh pots in Egypt than to do what it takes to go ahead and fight these people in this land. So that's it for me. If anybody else got anything else, after that we'll go close out the class. All right, that's it. All right, we just do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. I'm out. I'm saying, go by Christ. All right, we'll find your hop with dumb. Saw face the east. This way. Return. We'll do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Our now. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim. Wadah. Hayah. Shekah. Yahweh. Barak. Barak. Barak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Barak. Barak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Ladan.
Ladan.
Come.
Ladan.
Cal Yawam.
Kayalon.
Ladan.
Wasalat.
Yaquanah. Kasalat Nawah.
Kasalat Nawah.
Kawawat Yanawa.
Kawawat Yanawa.
Hala'ah.
Hala'ah.
Bayanawah.
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 Bayanawah. Abol.
Our Shinoah.
Our Shinoah. Mayah.
Rock.
Rock.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahatapara.
Wahatapara.
Ma'ai
Walamian.
Aman.
Aman.
All right. What we just said in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. All right. Real quick for everybody, you saw our face in front. You understand? Sisters, y'all can, you know what I mean? Brothers, Shabby, y'all can sit down. All right. Can we get the young man? Come stand up. Mighty Shabbat. Most High in Christ, man. Right now, we're going to get his brother his Hebrew name. If he chooses to accept it, if he chooses to become a trooper in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge today, his brother's hair will be anointed with oil, and he will earn a Hebrew name in the UPK, man. All right? This brother is a young man that came up into the school. He's been watching the school for how long? How long you been watching UPK?
2014, 2013.
2014, 2013. You understand? He been seeing the UPK on YouTube, Captain Zariak. When he came in, I'm like, how about some y'all shop? He like, y'all. I'm like, how you know how to say that already? Like, man, I've been One West before I was One West. You know what I'm saying? So it's glorious to see him coming up here, getting strong. I remember the first time he came to Karanyala's house. Brothers out there wrestling and all this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, having fun, eating good. To come on by and say, you know, this brother is a strong brother, man. That meant a lot to me, obviously. A lot. Come on by, don't like nobody. But this brother, to see his spirit early on like that, I knew he was going to be a strong brother coming into the UPK, man. The brother's been diligent. You know what I'm saying? We needed to go to LA for the camp. Call the brother driving to LA. You understand? He come pick me up from the airport. We going, moving around. He with me. We getting the GPS, all that. What else we doing? We Hebrew Academy. He a young man coming in Hebrew Academy. Captain Kai. Giving brothers hell out here, man. Brothers a diligent and solid brother. We all scared. And he got the spirit of a brother that's One West. Anybody else want to say something on this brother? Go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir, if I may. You pretty much said it all. This brother has a zeal that I've never seen anybody come into the school since I've been in the school in this area. I've never seen anybody. Right, so that alone, man, like I said, to hear the brother's story, because it could be discouraging when you're out there in the world, you find out about the truth, right? And you're watching classes online, but somehow, some way, you're not able to make it to a class, right? That could be discouraging. You can stay in the world, smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, drink, live out all your lust, but this brother continued to watch classes, even though whatever it was that was keeping him from making it here physically, this brother held on.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's a big thing. So with that, man, I think it's amazing to see a brother just come in and just be locked in all the way, right? So let's sign Christ for that.
You got the intel on this, Art? Or the Spirit of the Lord on it? Okay. Most High in Christ. You got anything out?
Wow.
All right, Most High in Christ. So, moving forward, this brother will be no longer called whatever the hell he was called in the world.
Right.
Right now, he will be known moving forward as Trooper Nayak. Trooper Nayak, which means to be sealed or stamped or stationary, impenetrable. In other words, it means locked in.
That's right.
His brother's name means locked in because from day one, he came in and he was locked in, and brother seen that from the jump, man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? When we say the literal word in Hebrew, Nayak means stationary because he's not going nowhere. So that's a heavy name to uphold. I don't know if you choose, how they used to say in mission about it, if you choose to accept this mission, you understand, then that's on you, but you can deny it right now. We don't have to put none of this oil on your head, Doc.
You do not have to become a trooper in the ISUPK. You're going to still be our brother. We're going to still rock and roll with you day in and day out because we love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. But if you want to accept this name, you want to get this board put on your head, you have to live up to that and be locked in. It's just true. Like, and we believe it. I don't know if you believe it. You know what I'm saying? So do you want to become a trooper in the UPKI?
Come on, come.
All right, most high Christ. All right, so Lucky, I'm moving a little. Who has the anointing prayers? Anybody have it on their phone? I might have it on my phone. I'm moving a little too fast. Pull it up real quick. Let me see.
I'm right.
Back up. Does anybody have any prayers? Just in case whoever get it first. I think I got it on here for this one. This is a new phone for me. Yeah, for
If I may, sir.
Go ahead, huh?
If I may, the brother name speak for itself. You know what I mean? This brother is diligent. He put the work in. You know what I'm saying? I call this brother just on GP just to talk to him. And everything he's saying, everything he do is GP. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? With this name, man, it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot to uphold, but it's nothing new to you. You know what I mean? We're here to save our people and bring our people out of captivity. You know what I'm saying? So this is a blood oath. This ain't just a name where you get a nickname from a neighborhood, coming from the neighborhood. This is the blood oath of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So if you accept this, let's get to it. Let's get the work. You already know what's up, man. Okay?
You're right. So what we're gonna do is the brothers up here, we're gonna say the prayer. Nobody else in the room say the prayer, just us up here. And then when we get to your name, you're gonna say your name, Nayak. And we're gonna say your name, Nayak. We're gonna point to you, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do that 3 times. All right? Just go out, put your hands up, say it strong, you know what I'm saying? All right? Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamorka.
Wayashamorka.
Yahweh Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Al Yakub.
Al Yakub.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha'a.
Yasha'a.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Al Yakub.
Al Yakub.
Wayashandaka.
Yashandaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magad.
Magad.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Nayak.
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 Nayak. Bashim Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh.
For what all men.
What I meant.
What we just said in English was, Yahweh, bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh, make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh, lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, and protect Trooper in the Yah. Who's the power? Who's the power? Who we fear? Who we fear? Who's your king? Who's your king? Who's your king? What's your name? What's your name? Lord?